Welcome to the Wednesday Call Live. Now let's hear it for our special guest host, Terry Edwards.
On Alliance Nation, also YouTube land. This is Terry Edwards, and I am coming to you live and direct from Kernersville, North Carolina. Give me a big thumbs up if you guys can hear me okay. Perfect. I am super excited. My wife, Tia, and I, we are fired up. What are we so fired up about? Number one, we have a shot, y'all. I woke up this morning with my mind intact. I had the activities of my limbs. I was laying next to the woman that I adore, and I was like, what else could happen on today that can keep me from feeling as good as I feel right now? So I don't know about y'all, but I am just happy to be alive. I am happy to have yet another opportunity to try to push and get one step closer to my goal. So I'm very excited. Another thing I am very excited about is the Alliance. And I am so grateful for Jane and Andy Albright, who started this company a little over 20 years ago in their basement, guys, where they had a dream, they had a vision of what today could look like. But not only what today can look like, we are still expanding and building upon that dream. So I am so grateful for the foundation and the stewardship of Jane and Albright, that today, a young boy from Conway, North Carolina, that's right, I still feel young, y'all, from Conway, North Carolina, can stand on their shoulders and push towards our dreams, my personal dreams and goals. So thank you, Andy and Jane Albright. I am so grateful for Jason and Olga Mathis. What in the world? It still gives me chills right now that literally about a little over 8 years ago, I found myself in a jam. I don't know about y'all. Y'all ever found yourself between a rock and a hard place? Well, that's where I was. I have been working in the banking industry, the credit union world for over 16 years, just scratching out a living. You know what I'm saying? It looked good on the outside, drive nice cars, nice house. But I don't know about y'all, but layered in some debt. Hello, somebody. And sometimes a good month, the ends wasn't connecting. If them jokers got close enough to see each other, it was a victory. But on the outside, it looked like everything was going as planned, right? We had the American dream, right? But what happened was we moved down to Atlanta to take over a credit union. And long story short, after we got down there, they never let me start working. So here I am, a grown man. I got a whole wife, not a piece of wife. I'll talk to her later today. She was like, yeah, I got a piece of man. I was like, ooh. All right, I had a whole wife, right? We had 3 small children, all in elementary school. 2 was in 2nd grade, 1 was in 1st grade. Tia was 7 months pregnant with another one. And I ain't got no job. Them jokers rescinded the job offer after I done get down there. So I did what any other college educated person would do. That's right, I got a bachelor's degree from the Elizabeth City State University down on the host of the Harbor of Hospitality, Elizabeth City, North Carolina. And I got me a master's degree, and I did what anybody else with a college degree and a master's degree would do. I got on Craigslist looking for work. See, this is one thing about me. When it comes to providing for my family, I put my ego in my back pocket. I'm a scratch and claw to do what I got to do to take care of my family. So I got on Craigslist looking for things to do to get some money coming in until I could find another job. And lo and behold, I ran across a Craigslist ad, y'all, that said too many leads, not enough agents. And I saw the Mutual of Omaha logo. Now, I did some other stuff on Craigslist that I'm not allowed to talk about in public, but let me tell you, when I saw that Mutual of Omaha logo, I said, aha, this is legal. And I responded back to that ad, and I had a conversation with Jason Mathis. I remember it like it was yesterday. And he began to explain what the alliance was and what we did and how you could really go out and make a living and a life for yourself. Let me repeat that again. If you are wondering what you can do here, you can make a living, right? You can make enough money to pay your bills. We ain't making no guarantees towards the income. You're going to get out of this what you put into it, right? But what I can't, you can make a good living here. But more importantly, if you put the principles and you run the play, you can create an amazing life for yourself. And that's what we did. So I'm grateful for Jason and Olga Mathis for placing that $25 Craigslist ad in Atlanta that I responded to. And then also Riddle Nation, man. Riddle and Angela and Andy Riddle. You know I love you guys immensely. And just are grateful for the example that you guys set for me, and that you continue to show me tail lights so that I can continue to chase. So I'm just grateful. You know else who I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for the Dream Team. That's the group of cronies that we pulled together and we started building 8 years ago. And let me tell you something. When you want to talk about an amazing group of people that I get to do life with, let me tell you, I just get butterflies just thinking about what we've been able to accomplish, but we're not resting in what we did. The rearview mirror is smaller than the windshield for a reason, baby. And we're looking out the windshield and the future is looking brighter and brighter day by day. So I'm really grateful. And I'm just grateful for all of the leaders in the Alliance, and you, ma'am, in your living room, in your car, you, sir, in your office, you listening in on today. And maybe 2023 wasn't your banner year, but you still believe that tomorrow can be better than today. I am grateful for you too. So let me go ahead and get a couple of housekeeping rules, because we promised to talk about mind over matter. Because what matters, but the mindset towards the matter. Come on, somebody. We're going to break it down on today. But with that being said, a couple of quick announcements. Some of you guys are still pushing to qualify for the 2024 trip that we have. It's an all expense paid vacation on an Alaskan cruise, baby. That daggum cruise started in Washington State. I ain't never been over there. Hopefully I can go over to Joe Walker house and he can cook me a rib. How much is one rib, Joe? Cook me a rib before we get on the boat. But a lot of people are still pushing and time is not over. The clock don't end until I believe probably December the 29th, because that's Friday. If it ain't issued by Friday, ooh, you're going to be at somebody's mercy. But listen, brand new Alaskan qualifiers. Congratulations, my buddy, Sabrina Floyd. Congratulations, Sabrina. Delilah Desir, and I know I probably butchered that name, but bear with me. Beth Ireland, that's right, Beth Ireland. You will hear from her in a little bit. Congratulations, Beth. Debbie Ben, congratulations. I remember Debbie Ben and I being on the first trip that me and Tia qualified for. It was a Foresters cruise to the Bahamas, and we went to the steakhouse at the top of that ship. You know, the one that ain't included in the ship price. You got to pay extra to go up in there. And Debbie being this little bitty young lady, ordered a tomahawk steak. And I looked at her, I said, I know she ain't gonna eat all that meat. And she said, I am. And she said, I dare you to order one. And one thing you don't do is dare me. So I ordered one not knowing how I was going to eat it, but I was like, if she can eat it, I can eat it too. That was my first time enjoying a tomahawk steak, and I did eat the whole thing. I just cut it up in little chicken strips, act like I was eating chicken strips, and it turned out pretty well. But those are the type of memories that you get to create on these trips. Once in a lifetime trips, we do them every single year. Congratulations, Marcus Igibor. Y'all bear with me, I'm from North Carolina now. All right, congratulations, Maria Judith Jackson Octave. Congratulations, Mallory Barnes. Congratulations, And last but not least, Gustavo Perez, congratulations on winning an all expense paid trip. Congratulations. We cannot wait to cruise the great frontier, the last great frontier with you. And like I said, I know there are people still pushing. I know personally on the dream team right now, Josh Parker and Tanisha Staten. And I was even on the phone last night about 10:30, 11 o'clock with Sebastian and LaQuanta. Time is not over and we are still pushing. So guys, if you're on this call and you are close, don't give up. Give it all you got, because it ain't over until it's over. And the cool part about it is this right here. You get to keep all the commissions along the way. That's right. So you'll also be setting up a good 2024 as well. So congratulations to all of the Alaskan cruise winners. But guess what, y'all? If you didn't make Alaska, you are authorized and deputized. Our 2025 trip has already been announced. We're going to Cabo San Lucas, baby, over there in Mexico. Whoa, I am so excited. So it's going to be another fantabulous vacation. The cool part I like about this is this right here. A lot of companies are talking about cutting back and all this and that. These insurance companies, they talking about something, can y'all do more? And we trying to do the best we can. We trying to recruit more. We're trying to sell more. But listen, Cabo San Lucas, you got time. Everybody, Lottie Dottie and everybody, if you're just getting started right now, you have an opportunity to win an all-expense paid vacation to Cabo San Lucas. It only requires 250,000 marketing credits. Let me explain to you how it works. For every dollar that you issue pay in premium, it's a credit. So if you issue pay a policy, that's $100 a month. That's $1,200 in annual premium. So you get 1,200 points towards an all-expense paid vacation. Now listen, 250,000 marketing credits without any bonus points is doable for everybody. I don't care if you're doing this thing part-time, full-time, side-time. The only way you ain't gonna win is if you don't do it no time. Come on now. But let me tell you this right here. Because Andy and Jane are so gracious, they have come up with a bonus point structure to really make it attainable for everybody to win if they want to. So if you go to our 4 national events, we do 4 big training events every single year. In January, coming up January 26th through the 28th, we have our national convention coming up in Las Colinas, Texas. That's right outside of Dallas. You fly into DFW. Okay, don't be going out there trying to Expedia and try to airport in Las Colinas. You ain't gonna find it. You can get frustrated. It's DFW. All right. Now, let me tell you this. If National Convention is your first national event that you've ever attended, you're going to get 50,000 bonus points. 25. Yep, 50,000 for just showing up to the event. Now, if you've been coming like me and some of these other old heads, you're going to get 25,000 for all of the 4 events. So you're going to get at least 100,000 bonus points. Now you only need 150,000 marketing credits. Like, bruh, that's about 3,000 issue paid a week. Like, anybody can do that. Okay. So if you want a strategic plan so that you're not just getting fired up today and then not waking up tomorrow morning and be like, okay, well, now what am I supposed to do now? Get with your growing up line. Get a strategic plan in place to make sure that you win an all-expense paid vacation with us to Cabo. And it's not just for you, but it's for you and a guest as well. All right, now, also at our national convention, if you go to allianceevents.com, you can find all of the logistics, all of the hotels. But one of my favorite parts of our national convention is our award ceremony. It's sort of like the BET and the Country Music Awards and all that mixed up in there together. We're going to be suited and booted, looking good like a DJ should, baby. We're going to have on our tuxedos, our gowns, and all that good stuff. And we're going to be honoring one of our fallen heroes, Mr. Chris Long, one of my favorite guys in the entire Alliance. There's a Chris Long Award that we do every single year and you can nominate any agent in the alliance that embodies the Chris Long, attributes: a team player, fun, willing to help anybody. So if you go to the ARC, you can nominate anybody. Our inaugural winner was yours truly, Terry Edwards. And then last year winner was Olga Mathis. Okay. So make sure you go out and vote for your agent who you think deserves that Chris Long award. Okay. We got a couple of local events that's going on right now that's leading up to our national convention. On December the 28th, Andy Riddle and Diane Lampy will be in Tampa, Florida. If you go under the ARC and you scroll down to the bottom and you click Alliance Hotspots, you can find all of these events there. Okay. On January the 2nd, Gina Hawks will be in Dallas, Texas. Also, January the 4th, we will have another event in Tampa and Fort Lauderdale with my guy, Jason and Olga Mathis. And then January the 11th and 12th, there's going to be a big event in Dallas, Texas, okay, with Andy Albright and some other leaders. They're going to be doing a night meeting on January the 11th from like 7 to 10 or 11. And then on January the 12th, the next day, they're going to be doing a boot camp from 1 to 5. So listen, y'all, I'm going to tell you like my pastor used to tell me, if you can't make them all, please don't miss them all. Find out what is going on and get plugged in so that you can be in the know on what is going on within the alliance. So with those announcements out the way, we getting ready to get into our content on today. I hope you got your pens and pads ready, y'all, because we got some winners that's going to be dropping it like it's hot on today. I'm telling you, it's going to be fire. So you might as well get your minds right because we are going to bring it. So if you are looking for it, it is coming for you right now. What we're talking about today, guys, is a growth mindset and mind over matter. A great book that you could read is called Success Principles by Jack Canfield. Okay. If you haven't gotten that book, it's a good one that you could pick up. But listen, Jack Canfield says this right here. Successful people maintain positive focus in life no matter what is going on around them. Successful people maintain a positive focus in life no matter what is going on around them, because life is lifing for us all, right? But successful people find a way to stay focused on their past successes rather than their past failures. Listen, if you are out there and you're really wanting to grow in 2024, can I get you to stop wallowing in what went wrong in 2023 and start making a list right now? Just like Santa Claus. Santa Claus made a list on Christmas Eve and he checked it twice. He had to find out who was naughty or nice. So you make a list of all the victories that you had in 2023. And I triple dog dare you to make that list. And I promise you, your victories will probably outweigh your failures, because we tend to focus on the things that went wrong. Have you ever looked in the mirror and you know you got a little pimple? Like I got a little pimple right here. I've been picking at that thing for the last 2 days. I'm like, I'm too old for pimples. I thought that part of my life was over. But listen, I go directly to the mirror and I start looking at that. Where Tia is looking at all this awesomeness. But I'm focused on this one little blemish right here. Y'all know that's how we do it, right? So I guarantee you, if you make a list of all of your victories in 2023, I like to say it this way. It's a gratitude list, because if you can start thinking, THINKING, on all the good things that happened last year, you'll start thanking God that he covered you in spite of the bad things that happened, knowing that in life, we win or we learn, and we're learning our lessons from our bumps and bruises in 2023. So in 2024, we are not going to relive or repeat 2023. You will be surprised how many people think that they are living life and they're just living quantity of life. They're on repeat. It's the same cycle. It's the same merry-go-round year after year after year. But the year of 2024, on the Dream Team, we've already declared that 2024 is going to be our winning season, and we leaving them merry-go-rounds alone, and we jumping on elevators, baby, because there are new levels that we have to hit in 2024. So successful people, they find a way to focus on their past successes, because if you won before, I guarantee you're going to have confidence that you can win again. Also, they focus on their next action steps. They ain't thinking about what I should do. They ain't looking around about what their friends are doing or what the people that they follow on Instagram. They're trying to figure out what is the next thing that I can do right now that can get me closer to fulfilling my dreams. See, a lot of times we are focused on the things that look like it matter, but it's our perception and how we look at the matter and the mindset that we have about the matter that's going to help us overcome it. So what is that next action step that you and I can take? That's what successful people are focused on. I was talking to my brother-in-law over the Christmas break, and sometimes when you start talking with your family, it can get a little dicey, right? So me and my brother-in-law was sitting at the table, and we was talking, and he has launched a business on his side, a side hustle, doing extremely well. I did not know people paid as much money for a charcuterie board. Now I just learned how to say charcuterie. I used to say shish board, but it's a charcuterie board. He does these beautiful charcuterie boards. I mean, and people pay thousands of dollars. The other day, he did a grazing table, a charcuterie grazing table. And when he told me how much money people pay for that, I was like, bruh, ain't a charcuterie board just like an expensive Lunchable? I could go to the grocery store, get my own meat, twirl it up, put it on a piece of paper. But he was like, no, it's the art behind it. So in a way, we just started talking about, okay, man, how can you get this thing? What is your vision for tomorrow? What is your vision for next year? How can you get it to that next level? And sometimes we get excited. He was like, well, we are talking about it tomorrow. I was like, well, why can't we just talking about it right now? Listen, guys, if we are going to make 2024 our best year ever, I've already determined that there are three things that we got to be. We have to be more focused than we've ever been before. We have to be more urgent than we ever have before. And we have to be more ambitious than we ever had before. So those are three things that I am already declaring that Terry Edwards, I ain't talking about my team. Have you ever been to church, right? And the preacher preaching good, and he, sweating and all that good stuff, and it's feeling good, you hearing it, and you get back home and you sitting out eating your fried chicken and your collard greens, and you reflecting on the message, and you like, I wish such and such would have heard that sermon. Let me see if I can tag them in it. And the whole time you thinking the message should be for somebody else, and it really should be for you, right? So I can't talk about the Dream Team. I can't talk about my wife. I can't talk about my children. Only person I can talk, Terry Edwards is going to be more focused in 2024 than he's ever been. See, because when you're focused, guys, it allows us to zone in with crystal clarity on what we're trying to accomplish, right? And it allows us to be fully engaged. I'm going to be more urgent. I can't wait for tomorrow. See, so many people are still concerned about the COVID-19. And that was in 19. It's 2023 going into 2024. Yes, I know COVID is out there, but Terry is out there too, baby. I'm going to be more urgent. See, a lot of people are still talking about that pandemic, but there's another pandemic that they ain't even got a prescription or a vaccine for. It's called the procrastination pandemic. procrastination, I heard it put this way the other day. It is the arrogant assumption that God is going to give us tomorrow to do what he told us to do today. So Terry is going to be more urgent than he's ever been. And Terry is going to be more ambitious. And ambition means having a strong desire to achieve something, typically that's going to require determination and hard work. A lot of times, guys, what we're desiring can be accomplished from our cell phone in our boxes. But that ain't God's best for our life. We want to dream big. We want to do something so massive that 3 generations after they bury us, they're still talking about it. Listen, guys, I am getting so excited. I know I got to get to my guests, and they are so beautiful on here today. But listen, guys, we're going to be talking about more about that growth mindset. And the enemy of that growth mindset is a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset say either I'm good at it or I ain't. Whereas a growth mindset say I can learn anything. If them fools can do it, I can do it too. A fixed mindset is saying when I get frustrated, I quit. But a growth mindset is when I'm frustrated, I persevere. A fixed mindset says I don't like to be challenged. Don't you challenge me. My mama don't even talk to me that way. But people with a growth mindset is like, I want the challenge. And the first person that's going to challenge me is me. Hello, somebody. A fixed mindset says, tell me I'm smart. But a growth mindset said, tell me I just work hard. See, I ain't got to be the prettiest, I ain't got to be the smartest, but guess what? I can outwork you. So let me bring these ladies on that has been working this year, y'all. The first lady I want to bring to the stage, her name is Ebony Guerrero. We call her Ebby G, affectionately Ebby G. So Ebby G, why did I have Ebby G on? Ebby G is a brand new agent just getting started with us this year. And let me tell you, she done went from part-time to full-time, and she has won and qualified for an all-expense paid vacation. So Ebby G is brand new. So I wanted Ebby G to come out here and just explain, break it down, talk to the people about what type of mindset it takes to win in your first year, to go from doing this thing part-time to firing her boss. So I ain't gonna steal her thunder. Ebby G, unmute yourself, girlfriend. Let everybody know who you are, how you got introduced to the Alliance, and kind of tell the people what's going on in your world, winner. I am so grateful for you, Ebby G. Talk to me, girl.
Thank you so much, Terry. Hello, everybody. I'm super excited. I'm Ebby G. I hail from New Jersey originally, but I live in North Carolina. And I got started with the Alliance a little over a year ago. I was just super excited. I needed something more. I was working 7 days a week, 2 different jobs, and I didn't have enough money. I didn't have enough time. And I watched Nia Fennell just rock this thing for years. She showed it to me. I said no, and I just was so inspired by her. And I said, all right, it's time for me to get a piece of this pie. And here we are today. Super, super excited.
So when Mia first introduced the Alliance to you, you said no, you declined her.
I declined it, yes.
Why did you say no?
Because I was in a network marketing company before and I didn't have success. So I was jaded in my ability to win somewhere else. And I just wasn't interested in another disappointment.
Okay, so let me hear this correctly. So Jack Cranfield said that successful people focus on their past successes, not their past failure. So you wasn't operating in that principle. You're like, I done failed before. I ain't trying to fall in. Is that what I'm hearing?
Right.
All right. So now, even though you said no, you continued to watch.
Right. Yeah.
And what did you see as you was watching?
I saw that she was living a lifestyle that I wanted, and I was stuck working, stressed out, not able to just live. And I was like, you know what? I need to see how I can get this done. And that's how it happened. Just was inspired by her with her journey.
So, okay, so now how did you, okay, you said no, but you were still gazing. You
Yeah.
looking at her Instagram, her photos, you done hit your phone, you done blew up the photos to see the background and all that stuff. And, so how did it come back around to you that, you know what, I need to put my failures in my back pocket and be like, I need to reconnect. So how did that happen?
So my friend Christina Bowman posted that she got her life insurance license, and I reached out to her like, "Hey, like, what's going on? How is this working?" And she was on Mia's team, and I'm like, "All right, if you doing it, I'm doing it too." Like FOMO, like my one of my girls is doing it, I'm gonna do it too, and that's how we got it done.
All right, so now when you got started, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know you didn't forget the past failures.
Right.
So did you still, as you got started, did you get off to a fast start, or was those failures still playing on your mind?
Those failures were definitely still playing on my mind. I just tapped into my warm market, helped out a little bit of people, and I was afraid to go out and do leads until you and I had a conversation that lit a fire up under me. And starting like right after Thanksgiving of last year is when I started to go into full throttle, and then going to the training in January.
All right, good deal. So you started out and you got you some quick wins just helping family and friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how did it feel when you got that first deposit? Do you remember how much it was?
The first deposit was probably a little over $1,000. And I was like, I ain't never made that before. So I realized it was real, and I was helping people, and it was just a different opportunity. And that's when I realized I could do this. I could do this. Yeah.
All right. So how long were you in the other network marketing company and didn't make no money?
7 years.
7 years, spent more money than you made. And in your first transaction here, you made over $1,000.
Right. Exactly.
So in one transaction, okay. So in one transaction, you made all that money, and you were like, wait a minute, and this dog can hunt, right? All right, good deal. So now I know you said you was afraid to do leads, right? What were you afraid of?
This was something new. I've never done insurance before. I knew I was I'm a people person, but just the skill of like, what do I do? And I think everyone has that fear, but I was just allowing it to stop me from trying.
So what did you do to overcome that fear?
I just got it done. I just went out there, knocked on some doors, made some appointments, and just took one step at a time. Just kept failing until I got the hang of it and started to really learn how to do this.
And you started learning while you earn. I like that, at the same dang time. So as you failed, right, and you started getting better, and you started making more money on the side than you were making on your full-time gig. Yeah. So I think you had told Mia that you was going to quit your job, and I just heard it through the grapevine. So you started going full time. Were there any fears about, you know what, I'm about to leave that safety nest of that good job, and now I'm stepping into the unknown of, can I continue to, like, what was that process like?
Yeah, it was definitely, you're leaving consistent income, like, what you're making, into something of like, you just have no idea. But I also knew what the potential was, and my work ethic was like, I was going to be relentless in doing what I was doing. So if I could make this on a part-time level, let me see how it's going to work on the full-time level, and just have the faith in myself that it's going to just happen. It's going to get done.
All right, good deal. So you started doing it full time. Now, was everything peaches and cream, or did you hit a couple of roadblocks?
Definitely hit a couple of roadblocks, some challenges, closed doors, some weeks couldn't sell a policy or help a family, and just discouragement. But I just knew that I didn't jump out the boat to drown.
So you was out there, and some days it looked like you were drowning. Right?
Definitely.
In those moments, what did you do? How did you not drown?
In those moments, I had to reflect on how far I came. I would look at what did you write this year and see what that looked like. You can do it again. If you can do it before, you can do it again. And also just writing out affirmations, speaking that I was gonna win this trip, I'm going to earn this trip, we're gonna keep going no matter what. Like there were affirmations in my car. There were just things everywhere to remind me when I get discouraged, look there and be reminded. And then also sticking around the fire, going to the trainings, going to the events, being around the people, calling my upline, like not letting myself wallow in that space.
You remember that over the shoulder call we had and you started crying a little bit?
Yes.
Like what was happening?
It was that challenge that you talked about, that you just talked about, wanting to be challenged, knowing that there was greater within me, but I was so afraid to just release it. It just took somebody to light a fire up under me to bring that refining part of it. It's like the water is good, when it's warm, but there's a fire that happens and so many things can occur once it starts boiling. Things start to change in the atmosphere, and that's what I needed. So it was that stretching and that pulling that had me in tears, like, okay, it was truth that I didn't want to hear, but I needed to hear it.
So I love it, man. And then the other day we was talking about winning, go ahead and wrapping this trip up. So I was like, Abby G, what's your goal for getting this done? Kind of, you remember that conversation?
Yes.
Explain it.
All right. On December 1st, I was 12,000 away from getting to Alaska. And you asked me, what is your plan? I said, I'm going to have it done by the 22nd. And you were like, absolutely not. They need to be done. Like all your applications need to be done by the 15th. And I looked at the date and I said, I have never done 12,000 in 2 weeks. I said, but God, you heard what he said. Let's get this done. And I was just so relentless in knocking on doors, making appointments, like, let's get this done. And it was done by the 14th.
That's right. See, because this is what I think. We got to be more urgent. The 22nd too late. And then, a lot of time them underwriters be taking PTO and stuff ain't getting issued as fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, right. Let's do that ain't December 15th. So listen, I am so glad that we're going to sit on that boat and we're going to talk about the time, the stretching. And you remember you were trying to isolate and like, entrepreneurs, we ain't got time to be depressed doing business, money making time. You schedule that junk for after 9 p.m. You remember?
Yep.
All right, but listen, guys. So Abby G, 2024 is going to be your winning season. What should we be looking from you in 2024?
Man, I'm walking agency manager at family reunion. I'm going to be bringing people with me and we're going to go to Cabo. Like, let's go. We're going to get that done in the bag. Let's get it done. So you're going to get December, before Thanksgiving, we're going to get it done before October.
Y'all heard it here first. Abby G will qualify agency manager by family reunion. And she's going to have Cabo knocked out by September 30th.
Yes.
Hello, somebody. So listen, guys, whatever you got to do what Abby G is doing, and stay relentless, stay connected, get to the training events. That's what I've been hearing, and let's see what God can do for you in 2024. Abby G, I'm so excited for you. I cannot wait to see what 2024 holds. And look at that smile. That smile is worth $1 million all by itself. So let's go. We're still in North Carolina, y'all. Let's go up to the big metropolis of Hamptonville with my girl, Beth Ireland. That's right. Beth Ireland has been connected with us for basically the whole time. She got started off a whim in the food court. But anyway, I ain't going to steal her thunder. Beth Ireland, if you don't mind, girl, let everybody know who you are. We got so many new people joining the Alliance right now. It's going to be crazy to think that people don't know who Beth Ireland is, but they don't know. Tell them, Beth.
Hey, Terry. Hey, thank you. And hello, Alliance Nation. Thank you, Terry and Tia, for this opportunity to share my story today on this last TWC of 2023. Shout out to Jason, Olga Mathis, Andy and Angela, and especially Andy and Jane Albright. Thank y'all for having a dream big enough that we can all fit in it. So yeah, I met Terry and Tia in a network marketing company. The one a lot of us come from, the travel one. And that's where I met them. I wasn't direct to them, but I was their cousin in that business. And thank God for that business, because it did lead me to them. And years later, we connected at one of their events on a Saturday, training for gosh, I don't remember how far into it we were, but it was in Greensboro, and I had been laid off my corporate job, and I went over there to get my training for my mindset. Like I was just like, I'm going to go get my mind right today, and ran into them, and they had gotten into the insurance business. And I said, I just got laid off. I'm thinking about getting in the insurance business. I've been in it before. So Tia says, you need to talk to Terry at lunch. So, of course, I followed them to the food court, and that's how that all came to be.
Well, that's where you can find me, wherever the food at.
That's right. I didn't even want what he was ordering, but I just went over there and got in line with him. I'm like, tell me how you made $8,000 in your first month in this business.
They want to know what I was ordering. I was over there at the Soul Food restaurant in Four Seasons Mall. Give me some chicken gizzards and tater wedges.
I was like, I'll just stand here for a minute. Anyway, I'm so super thankful for that day. And the past 8 years, I've been around a while. 2023 has been just like so full of ups and downs for me. It's been a great year. It's had a lot of life coming at me really, really fast this year. Imagine your tagline being, I work harder for the trips than the money. That's kind of been my tagline for years. And then last year I didn't win the trip. And I told everybody I was going to be in Ireland on my birthday. And guess who wasn't in Ireland on her birthday? Miss Ireland. So it was a sad and depressing day. But anyway, I cannot explain to you how that made me feel. I was embarrassed and disappointed in myself mainly, and add insult to injury. It was my birthday week, the week y'all were in Ireland. And the sad thing is, I had won trips before, so I knew what I was missing. And I said, I'll never do that again. I'll never not win another trip again. And, I thank God that my daughter's wedding, we were in the midst of planning that. And so I did have that to focus on. And for the next few months, I just let that be my driving force. I just was not going to let her down. I had let myself down earlier in the year, and I was just vowed I was just not going to let her down. She was going to have her dream wedding, and I was going to pay for it. And I wasn't borrowing money. I was in a cash machine, and there was no reason why other people in Alliance were paying for weddings, and I couldn't pay for one too. So it just became my driving force, and we did. I gave her a beautiful wedding up on the Blue Ridge Parkway at a lovely winery, and the whole family enjoyed it. His family, her family. We just had a beautiful family event. So what turned out as kind of a crazy start ended up as being like my best cash flow year. Because of that wedding, I just, I worked harder and faster than I've ever worked in my Alliance career. And, I'm just so super thankful for this opportunity, because after that wedding, my daughter came to me and she said, I think I want to do what you do. I want to work with you in the insurance business. I want to get my license. Mom, do you think I can do this? And I said, do I think you can do it? Of course. So I helped her get involved in the courses to get her license, her pre-courses and her exams. And then she got excited and started talking to a friend of hers. Now she's excited and she's licensed. So that's Candace under Anna. And then, funny thing, when you make your mind up and you start to build your business, and you say, I'm done procrastinating. I'm done with this. I'm done going to these events alone. And I was blessed with a referral of an agent already out here working and making a difference in people's lives. So Riley Boris is on board now, and she's just making a big impact down there in the Charlotte area, Concord. And, it was just happenstance how that happened. And I'm super excited for her and her future. And I just, in 2024, I am going to adopt the same mantra that the Alliance is, are more urgent. more focused, more ambitious, no more procrastination, no more wasted time. I got to show these people how to win. I want to be more unified with our dream team, more unified with our whole alliance team. And again, I'm not going to any more events alone. I'm praying for us to have an impact. I want to just be the best I can be for these young people coming on board. And this opportunity is so big right now. I want to be very strategic with what we do and how we build and not waste any time. And just like you said earlier, Terry, we're not promised another minute. So why waste them? And, I don't know if you wanted to ask me anything or not.
Well, I just like when you start, Beth, you've been with us, me and Tia, from the very beginning. And we have had some very high highs. We've had some very low lows. I remember one time you wouldn't even pick up my phone call. So me and Tia jumped in the car. We put Taylor in the back seat and we came to your house. And I never forget the look on Taylor's face when we turned off the highway and went down that winding road with all them woods. Taylor said, I'm not liking this. I've seen movies. But like to see now what you are doing, like as far as I know the agony that you express, but everybody else is building. Why can't I build? I've been doing this thing for all this line. So you know how you can get sometimes. And then, and it was just like now to see all of that come in full circle. You are a certified baddie. You are a single mom. You raised 3 amazing children. I mean, and they're doing good. You got John in the military. You got Jack down there, a certified BMW repair specialist. Like he do what he racing and all that crazy good stuff. Anna is now doing this business with you. You got a new grandbaby, Gunner. Like life is looking very good for you. And I am just grateful to see you winning at the level that you're winning at. And 2024, we ain't letting up. And the crazy part about it, Beth, is now I know the joy because now my daughter, Anaya, Anaya is 17, can't get an insurance license yet, but she's joined the business yesterday and done recruited 2 people and went to her. And these young people are coming on board and they are looking for wisdom that you have to have overcome all the crap that you done overcame. Girl, you can help pull anybody out of anything. So I'm just so grateful for you, Beth. Thank you for your loyalty.
Well, thank you so much.
I say this all the time. Now, this is my new mantra about loyalty. You will find out about people's loyalty when they have an option not to be. And you have been consistent in who you've been, but also look at what God is doing through you. I could just cry just looking at all the great things that have happened in 2023. 2024 about to get its mind right because Beth Ireland is coming, baby. She is coming.
Thank you. I do want to just share this quote I found from Nelson Mandela, and I'm sure everybody knows it, but it's just so apropos for what we're talking about today. Nelson Mandela's famous quote, he said, "There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." And that's going to be my new screensaver on my phone. And that's just so true. Don't settle. And I've been settling and I'm not settling anymore.
But it's crazy. Even at settling, you're making over 6 figures. Like, oh my gosh. Now we can ready to start getting some multiple 6s. Hello, somebody. Beth Ireland, me and Tia, we're so grateful for you. We're excited about your future. You, Riley, Anna, Candace, and who else is going to come through that organization. We're just excited. Thank you so much, Beth, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on here with us today. And guys, I got one more. This girl has been a rock star from day one. Mia Fennell. She hails at about 6'1" with flats on. She's going to change up her hairstyle on you at least once a month. She is not afraid to live her life unapologetically. You can find her on the West Coast on Monday. She might be on the East Coast by Friday, and then at an undisclosed location that she ain't even told her mama where she was going to be at by the weekend. But one of the things I love about Mia is this girl knows how to find a moment and be in that moment. So Mia, again, I know a lot of people know you, but there are so many people who don't. Kind of give the people a high-level overview of who you are and kind of what you got going on. So we had Ebby G, a brand new person. We had Beth, a veteran that's been around for a long time that has beat herself up, but now she's winning at a level like she ain't never won before. And here we got another veteran coming along. Talk to the people, Mia. Let the people know who you are and what's going on with you.
Hey everyone. Hi, Alliance family, Dream Team represented. Terry, thank you for having me. You and Tia having me on this call. Andy Riddle, Jason Olga, Andy Albright, and Jane. Thank you guys so much for this opportunity. I came here in 2018 and I'll never forget, I had just started to get laid off from my job, coming out of a terrible situation in a relationship at that time. And I needed something. I needed something to look forward to. I needed something to do. Got a phone call when I was standing in my kitchen in front of the kitchen sink. And the person who called me said, hey, what are you doing right now? What are you doing to make money? If you don't have anything going on, you need to get reconnected with Terry and Tia Edwards. And that phone call is the phone call that changed my entire life almost 6 years ago. It just blows my mind. What a blessing. I mean, to be able to be in a place where it's so many unknowns, it's so many things that are happening in your life. You feel like your whole world is crumbling, but you get a phone call that just completely saves you in that moment. So I'm grateful to be here, Terry. Call you and Tia. I don't know if you remember, but I think I said, whatever it is y'all are doing, put me in. I don't know what it is. I just know it has something to do with insurance. I know we haven't talked in a long time, but put me in, coach. And that is when I got the opportunity to come here to be a part of this team. So I'm excited, Terry. 2023 was absolutely a dynamite year for our team. Breaking Ebony out as, being able to go on the trip. We broke out some more agency managers, Christina Bowman, Tanisha Staten, and we are just fired up. I love being surrounded by people who have big goals, who want something out of life, and that's what we're able to do here. So I'm excited.
So Mia, I'll give the people some hope, right? When you first got started, did you pass the state exam your first time?
Okay, so for y'all who don't know this, Terry loves to tell this story. It took me 5 times to pass my state exam, okay? So if you are one of those people that are watching right now and you are wondering, oh my gosh, I've already taken it 2 times, don't talk to me until you've taken it 4, okay? So what happened was that day, Terry, I came out of my exam on the 4th try and it was pouring down raining. It was a Sunday. And I think, Terry, y'all were getting out of church or something. And I called you and I had just failed my exam. And I said, Terry, maybe this is God telling me that this is not something I need to be doing.
Wait a minute. It was not that clear. It was like, I don't think God is. You was crying. You were ugly crying.
Sobbing. Yes, this was a terrible, terrible day. Because you got to think too, right? Like my whole hope and my future was leaning on me passing this exam. See, some people come into this and I think they look at it and they say, oh, well, this could work. This might be something fun to do. For me, this may be something fun to do. This was a career shift. This was a whole business opportunity. This was something that I was going all in on. And then your response to me was, well, Mia, maybe God wants to see how bad you want it. And when you said that, it changed my whole perspective in that moment. And I went in like 2 days, maybe less, and I took the exam and I passed it on my 5th try. See, some people are so focused on giving up. They're so worried about what it looks like in that moment. They're not willing to go through the pain. They're not willing to cry. They're not willing to go through the blood, sweat, and tears. But you have people who are willing to fight. And I knew that on the other side of this fight was a victory. And that victory was going to look like freedom. That victory was going to look like money. That victory was going to look like a new car. That victory was going to look like a new house. Everything that I wanted, God had shown me the vision. He had made it plain. And he knew that if Mia gets to the other side of this and doesn't give up and doesn't get weary and well doing, it will come to pass. And that is what happened almost 6 years ago.
Come on. All right. Now, everybody thinks, look at you. You all tall. You all gorgeous. You ain't got no insecurities. You know what I'm saying? You just woke up like that right there. You ain't even put no makeup on. I just go to sleep ready. You know what I'm saying? So like, what have been some of those mindset battles that you've had to overcome?
Oh gosh.
Or that you're still in?
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, so this business is very tricky. And I got that from you and Andy, all right, because this business is tricky. You can come here and you meet people who are making a lot of money, right? And you either can get in a place where you start making more money than you've ever made before. And you think, a part of you is saying, oh my gosh, I'm the highest income earner in my family. I'm doing so well. Things are going really good. My network of friends is changing. All these things are happening, but you know that there's another level. And you know that because you have leaders, you have examples of people around you who have shown you that this is not just about your income. This is not just about your bank account, but there is another level of people that are waiting to be introduced to this because of you. So what plays with me all the time is getting out of my thoughts of, okay, well, right now life it seems to look pretty good for me, but oh my gosh, the other half of me is dying because there's so many people out here that need this same opportunity. What if that seed would not have been planted on Abby G in Abby G's mind 5 years ago? She would never even known to look at my Instagram. And when she posted that connection would have never been made. But it's so many people out there who need what we have. So one of the things that I struggle with is continuing to look for more people that need a shot that like was what was given to me, like it was given to you and Tia. And the other part about it is making sure that there's a comparison game, right? There's so many things out here, and social media doesn't do us any justice. Social media has all these people flying on private jets and riding on yachts, and half of those people are lying. They paid there are even sets now that you can take pictures in that look just like airplanes, okay, and private jets. So there's a lot of things out here that are trying to trick people into thinking that your life should be a totally different way. But the biggest part of it is, and the part that I have to constantly remind myself is, God, keep me humble. Keep me humble. Because you can compare yourself all day long, but you don't know if you're comparing your fight that you're in right now to somebody's winning season. We talk about the winning season all the time. There are so many people that are going through their winning season, but you don't know what it looked like for them 6 months ago. You don't know what it looked like 2 years ago. And a lot of that you're comparing yourself to, those people that are living like that, show they're living like that on the internet, really aren't even living like that. They have bad relationships with their spouses. They don't have a good relationship with their children. So it's one of those things that trick yourself into just winning at a high level. I think that's the biggest thing. It's like, we have to make sure, you told Abby the same thing that you told me. When you get down on yourself and when you get into that depressed mode and you start wondering, oh, is this something I really need to be doing? And please don't get me wrong. Side note, I still have those thoughts. You can ask any leader, they still are going to have days where they want to give up. but it's remembering, scheduling that time where you know, okay, right now is income producing time. Scheduling that time to be down on yourself late at night when you can't call clients, when you can't work with the team at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because everybody's asleep. That is the biggest thing for me. It's making sure that I'm staying humble. I know that my purpose for being here is so much bigger than my bank account. It's so much bigger than my lifestyle, but it is a God-sent. This is a vehicle that we get to use to be able to give other people a shot. That's what I have to remember, Terry. So I struggle with that, but I thank God for the struggle.
So 2023 has been great. You've made more money this year than you've ever made before. We're still got time to cross over to 200.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We,
all right.
we do.
Okay.
I'm right
All
there. I'm right there.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good deal. So that's a little inside thing. Like, we're too close to 200,000 not to go over 200,000. So let's get that done. What is 2024 going to look like?
Man, I'm excited about 2024. You know, one of my goals for 2024 is to go ahead and hit EVP by the summer. So when I say by the summer, it's the end of it's August, the end of August. EVP, which will be great for our team. You know, I know that that's going to tremendously help you and Tia get to where you guys want to be. That means that we're going to pop out a lot of even more agency managers. We're going to have more people on trips. You know, we have several people in the team now who are qualified for the trip. I look forward to having more people come with us to Cabo. There's multiple people on our team that are going to be making 6 figures. I'm excited about that. We're kicking that. Y'all are going to kick down that door, you know, making millions of dollars a year. We're just excited. So I mean, for me, yes, those are the tangible things that I know that I want to hit in 2024, those business goals. But even more than that, I want more life in 2024. I want more passion. I want more drive. I want more, we talk about being urgent. I want more urgency, more ambition, more focus, more just being an all-around killer at this business. That's what I want. It's the things that are going to drive this plane home, baby. I'm
getting excited, Mia. I'm getting excited. I feel like I'm about to get that Mia that used to call me every Wednesday morning about 6:30, talking about, hey, bruh, you see the leaderboards? Woo. Hey, bruh, you see this right here? Don't play with me, Mia.
Yeah. No, I ain't playing. 2024 is on and popping. We had a great 2023, but 2024, baby, is on and popping, Dream Team and Alliance family. Let's go.
Let's go. Listen, y'all. Listen, 2024 is going to be our winning season, y'all. But let me go ahead and make a news flash. Anytime you're going to make a decision that you're getting ready to do something great, that the next year you're getting off that merry-go-round and you're getting on that elevator, when you make a decision that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, when you've made a decision that I'm going to put mediocre in the trunk and I am going to pursue excellence, don't be confused. All hell is about to break loose in your life. That is one of my biggest indicators that Tia and I are on the right path is anytime that the devil start throwing everything at us and the kitchen sink, because that's what? That's his job. So let me go ahead and prepare. How am I going to handle the devil and his tricks? Go ahead and get a disaster recovery plan. Put it in place. When I used to work in the banks, we used to have a plan that would say, if we get robbed, who's going to call the local sheriff department? Who's going to call the state trooper? Who's going to get the front door? Who's going to get the back door? Y'all know what I'm saying? If the system go down, how long is it going to be before them backup servers go down, come back up? What if the whole ATM network, we had a disaster recovery plan? So go ahead Right now, Alliance Nation, put a disaster recovery plan in place because we are fired up about the future, and the enemy is going to do what the enemy is going to do. There are going to be 5 enemies to our growth. Number 1 is going to be our ego. So let's go ahead and check our ego at the door, and we're going to have confidence, but it's not going to be arrogance. We're going to kill that enemy of ego, because with ego, it is impossible for us to get coaching, and it will make you and I think that we can do it and we can win all by ourselves. We're going to defeat that second enemy of complacency. The greatest leaders always know that there's another mountain to climb. While we did some amazing stuff in 2023. That the 2023 is the valley of our 2024. Let me repeat that again. This is the worst that it's going to ever be. 2023 is just the valley of 2024. We're going to eliminate that third enemy of distractions, y'all. We can't control everything, but we can control our response to everything. God is not surprised. We're the only ones that are surprised. He is not asleep at the wheel. I remember the story about the boys in that storm on the ocean. And they was like, Lord, don't you see this boat being tossed and driven by the wind, and you sitting up here asleep? And the only thing God woke up and said was, peace be still. So listen, go ahead and start speaking to your distractions. Peace be still. I made up in my mind, this is how I'm going to respond to my distractions. Get somebody else to do it. Number 4, we're not going to fall victim to past successes. Listen, I've seen a lot of people survive failure, but a few people can survive success. So we're going to fill up our tank, and we're going to go on a bigger journey, a longer journey. We're tired of riding around town on a full tank. We're going to stretch out, we're going to strike out, and we're going to conquer more land than we've ever conquered before. I just want the land connected to my land. Come on, somebody. And the 5th enemy of growth is laziness. I'm going to go ahead and speak against that lazy spirit, that spirit of, you know what, I can do it tomorrow, or you know what, I'm going to hit that snooze button. No, I'm going to be more urgent. I got to move now and right now. You and I will never find growth in life if we're not willing to work our butts off and pursue what we're looking for. Alliance Nation, I don't know about you, but my 2024 have already started. I was not waiting for New Year's Eve to get started. So what I am going to admonish everybody, first of all, make sure that you tune in next week to the TWC, because we will have none other than our director of training, Mr. Marcus Setta, live and in effect on the TWC. The second thing I want to make sure you do is this: make sure you got a ticket with your name on it to our national convention. That's all roads are going to be leading to Las Colinas. I don't care how you get there. You can get there by airway. You can get there by trailway. I don't care how you get there, baby. Just get there if you can. Get to the big event, because at big events, big decisions are made. And last but not least, just know, out of all the stuff that you've been through, out of everything that could have took you out, that should have took you out, you are still here for a reason and a purpose. Do not let that precious gift of breath be wasted. We are on our quest for greatness, y'all. Listen, it don't matter what happened yesterday. What are we going to do right now to make sure that next December in 2024, that we're coming together celebrating all the successes that we've been able to experience, because we were more focused than we've ever been, we were more urgent than we've ever been, and we were more ambitious than we've ever been. And we won in every area of our life. I'm speaking right now, in 2024, we will win in our faith, in our finances, in our family, and in our relationships. Receive that, and let's go out here and make it happen. Thank you, Andy and Jane, for a stellar year. Thank you for this opportunity. And guys, let's go out here and show our gratitude. And one of the best ways to show our gratitude is to grow. I don't know about y'all, but if I don't double, I'm in trouble. Love you guys. We're signing out.